Thank you, Dr. Barduli, for kind introduction. My topic is phacoemulsification in microphthalmic eye. I have no financial interest to disclose in the subject matter. If you go to the Duke-Elder classification of microphthalmos, it is three types: simple microphthalmos or nanophthalmos, colobomatous microphthalmos, and complex microphthalmos. If you go for the anatomical classification, it is short AC with short axial length, that is a nanophthalmos, colobomatous microphthalmos, and complex microphthalmos. And another category is short AC with normal axial length. This is called relative anterior nanophthalmos, and Dr. Vazavad has a lot of work in regarding relative anterior ophthalmos, nanophthalmos, and normal AC with short axial length. Nanophthalmos is rare and 2 standard deviation below from the normal axial length. I am going to the clinical features. It is a short axial length, small cornea, shallow AC, marked convexity of iris, normal and increased lens thickness, and high lens volume and thick sclera and choroid. Eye well power always is a difficult in a microphthalmic eye, but today's different formula is available. You may be quite a predictable result in case of nanophthalmos if you apply Hopper Q, if you apply Holliday and Higgins. Incision is very important. It's because the cornea is small and the incision width will be less than the normal width. It is always better to have a scleral incision. But scleral incision has a problem. If you give a scleral incision, there is a chance of leakage and chance of AC leak. If you consider one cornea is a 10 millimeter, if you give a normal width of 2.5, actually it is the radius is 5, you will almost use a halfway in the anterior chamber. You just see this video. This is a video of the small cornea. This is 8 millimeter, and while I am thinking what to do, I make a normal corneal incision, and this is a blunder. If you give a normal width of corneal incision, this is a center point, and whenever you try to do a phaco, any maneuverity, your port of the irrigation port will come into the internal lip of your incision, and there will be fluctuation of AC. Capsular rhexis is always difficult because it has a small AC, high lenticular pressure, and vestibular aphthous. You can use preoperative mannitol, perivalvular blockage. Topical, you can do topical anesthesia, and for viscoelastic, it are better to use cohesive viscoelastic or dispersive one. And it is better to use microrhexis forces from the side port. I am showing just one video. This is a very microphthalmic eye, and it's a biometric diopter is a 46. So whenever I make a little bit of scleral incision, I saw the AC is very shallow, and I did a pars plana blind vitrectomy for a few seconds. After that, I can apply the AC become deep, and I can do the phacoemulsification easily. Whenever you did I think phacoemulsification, it's better to remove epinucleus with probe fast and multiple small fragment, because your AC is very shallow, repeated injection of viscoelastic, and my preference in this type of cases is definitely viscoelastic is Viscoat. When you do the phacoemulsification in colobomatous microphthalmos, you get all the problem of nanophthalmos plus subluxation, and I think and this is hard cataract. I am showing this is a case of a microphthalmos with coloboma. It's a very hard cataract. I'm just fast forwarding this video. After normal capsular rhexis, I'm as that common teaching, I make a deep scalp in the middle, and after doing, I am getting the fast chop easily. Then when I try to move the nucleus, I feel little bit of resistance here. Then I remove the port, I try to make a hook here, and unfortunately I use the iris hook, and when I applied the iris hook, the capsules give way and I converted into the SICS. This is my observation. The capsule always in the colobomatous area is non-elastic and weak. If you try to hook that area, this always give way. This is another case. This particular case, I succeeded because of there was a very weak iris capsule what has used. I am doing the phaco, the same technique I am following, multi-level chop, because it's a very hard cataract, and again I put one capsular hook there, and you can notice that hook at the end of the surgery, I noticed that the capsular rhexis is give way because it is little bit area, because this is a very weak old one, and is a weak iris hook. You can see. You can see there is a tear. Okay. Yes, this is a tear. So, in standard technique for microphthalmic eye, phacoemulsification, right eye is always better, because your second hand is away from your subluxated area. In case of left hand, your second hand is in the subluxated area. This is a rhexis, and it is better to make a slightly eccentric rhexis, upwardly eccentric rhexis in cases of hard cataract with column. This is the center of eye, and this is a center of rhexis. It should be slightly upward. This is another case. Here it is the left hand, and always if your second hand instrument will be the area of subluxation. This type second hand, left hand cases is always difficult to deal in cases of microphthalmos. So in this particular case, as I learned from my mistake, and this is my routine technique, whenever I use the capsular hook, I always prefer to avoid the subluxated area. I just slightly off-centered and slightly away from the actual colobomatous area, and stabilize the capsular rhexis margin. And this is my technique to always I avoid this area, because I think there is some capsular problem in this area. I always hook both the side of the colobomatous area. The pulse is right eye easier. Rhexis must be eccentric upward. Capsular hook for the capsular back stabilization. It is better to not to use the iris hook for the capsular back stabilization. Relative anterior microphthalmos is similar and same as the previous one. Choice of IOL, my choice of IOL is Acrisof single piece, because the design, and to be frank, this is the only lens you can get up to the 40 diopter. Other lens in the market is available up to 34 diopter. Whenever you need to overcorrect like 46 diopter, you have to implant piggyback IOL. So it is better to not to use the plus 23.23 for 46. It's better to use 40 in the bag and 3 in the sulcus. And I always prefer to use Sulcoflex in case of if I need a add-on lens. In conclusion, it is extremely it is short eye, biometry is important. Scleral tunnel is better than the corneal. OVD is viscoelastic. Rexis should be eccentric and upward eccentric. Use slow motion phaco, and my choice, Acrisop single piece piggyback IOL. And thank you very much.